All right, we're here with another episode of From the Bench. I'm Corey Holmes, and I'm here with a former NBA champion, right? I mean, leader in the community, if you ask me. Steven Stack Jackson. Now, Steven Jackson, right? I was actually watching some highlights the other day, and it was actually listing your top 10 moments in your career. Mm-hmm. And number one was your NBA Finals, performance in 2003. Now, they weren't specific which one. Would you agree with that, though? If it was my guess, it was probably either Game 2 or Game 6 to close it out.
Game 2 and Game 6, but even in the Western Conference Finals, Game 6, I'm the reason why we made it out the Western Conference Finals. Round 1 against Phoenix, I had some great games, but I just think for as a whole that year, I was a big part of that team winning the championship.
2003, 2003 season.
Yeah,
man. All right, well, I want to take it to the beginning, right? You were born in Houston, but grew up in Port Arthur.
Yeah, Port Arthur, Texas, like an hour and a half from Houston. It's the hometown of UGK, Pimp C and Bun B.
Yes, sir.
Small city, 50, 60,000 people. A lot of refineries, gas, oil, stuff like that. So grew up knowing everybody family. You can go to anybody's house and get a plate to eat and stuff like that. And everybody doing the same things. Drugs, gang banging, and trying to figure a way out.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know, this might sound crazy, but you kind of come across as like a dude from like the Northeast, right?
You know what, I hear that a lot.
Do you? Yeah. So, because I know you started high school in Port Arthur, but then you finished high school in Virginia, is that correct?
Oak Hill, I went to Oak Hill. I was able to go there my senior year, and I was able to get my grades up to graduate high school and to make myself nationally known on a basketball scale.
McDonald's All-American?
Yeah, I was able to do that going to Oak Hill, and that was different for me coming from the South to Martha, West Virginia, the middle of nowhere. It was a culture shock to me, but it was something I had to make the best of at the time.
That's all right. Now, like as a kid, was it always like your dream really to become an NBA basketball player?
Basketball was, as around 5 years old was when I fell in love with the sport, but I didn't know how good I was. I didn't know I had a chance to change my life and my family's life due to playing the game. Mm-hmm. As I got older, my family and my city saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. My mom and my uncle and my high school coach really made that decision for me to go to Oak Hill and not play in my high school that I was playing at because I just won a state championship there. So they knew more than I knew.
Right. Well, this is my question though, right? Like, were you aware of the responsibility it was going to be to become like a professional athlete? And I mean that like as a leader, right? Because of course, you're a good hooper, right? But what separates you, in particular, is the leader that you are, right? I mean, because your reach stretched, far beyond the basketball community, and of course, I respect you for that, right?
Thank
but
you.
like, did you know that that's what was gonna come with it?
I had no clue. I'll be lying if I say I knew how my life would play out and the person I'd be today. Around that age, I was still taking penitentiary chances. I was still playing with my life, playing with my freedom. Around that time, trying to make ends meet. So I didn't see it at that time. I was living day for day and just trying to live life. But as I was able to go to Oak Hill and see the opportunities ahead of me, going to college and a good opportunity to go to the NBA, that's when I really started taking it serious and be like, okay, I do have something to lose. I'm not just out here playing a game. Like, I really have a good shot at making the NBA.
Mm-hmm. That's great, man. That's great. Now listen, I was actually watching an interview of yours, right? And you mentioned George Floyd, right? And God rest his soul. What you said was unique about you guys' relationship was that he didn't take advantage of your situation, right? He was a genuine person. Really just talk about surrounding yourself with genuine people and just how beneficial that is.
Yeah, and it's hard because experience is the best teacher. I've learned the hard way with dealing with friends and guys. You coming up, you can't save everybody, If I had to tell a youngster one thing, I'd tell him everybody's not meant to benefit from your blessing. It's a lot of guys that I grew up with that I consider family and brothers that burn me, that's not here today because of the things they did. And to have a guy like George, somebody who not only is like a brother, but we look just alike. We consider ourselves twins. And for me, not to grow up with him, but for him to care about me and my well-being and not have people around me that's going to abuse my friendship or my blessing, it meant the world to me because he didn't have to do that. And I think that's why I loved him with that same type of love because he cared for me genuinely. It wasn't just because who I was at the time.
That's a message. Now, what I want to ask, to kind of end things, right? Like, you as a person, have you ever had just like a period of reflection, right? Whether it was a few days, a few months, a couple years?
Yeah, I mean, for me, bro, it's funny you asked me that because I reflect a lot.
Yeah.
I reflect, if not daily, almost daily, because I'm one of those people, like, I know it can be over with. I can walk out of here, it can be over with like that, you know what I'm saying? I live my life as knowing that the same things can happen to me as a person that's homeless on the street. So I reflect every day, bro, because, I mean, I've never expected to be the face of the biggest civil rights movement in history. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't expect that. So I wake up every day constantly trying to show Allah that I deserve everything He blessed me with, because I couldn't have planned this, I couldn't have wrote this out. And the things that happened in my life, I couldn't even fathom to pray for. Like, that's how good my life is, you know? So I'm so thankful. So I walk out and wake up every day and walk out the door just knowing that I'm no different than nobody else. Anything could happen to me at any moment. I could fall just as high as I am. I could fall the same day. So I reflect daily, bro, because I'm happy where I'm at.
Steven Jackson from the bench. Appreciate you, man.
All love, anytime.
Whoa!